She looked good on both ends, Coach Cara Lawson said after watching Caitlin Clark's first practice for the USA basketball senior women's national team. But that simple statement doesn't capture what really happened at Team USA camp. Clark didn't just look good. She completely outclassed every newcomer there, including Angel Reese. Sue Bird, the managing director, couldn't hide her excitement watching Clark push tempo, hit knockdown threes, and create chemistry with Aaliyah Boston that screamed starting lineup. After an injury-plagued season, Clark just proved she's 100% healthy and ready to lead Team USA to gold in 2026. And Angel Reese, well, let's just say she's been left in the dust and looks to be cut from the team. Let us know down in the comments if you think Angel Reese should be cut from Team USA.
Who should not make this Team USA team? Caitlin Clark destroys in day 2 of Team USA camp, looking like the best player in the world as usual.
After months of radio silence due to an injury-plagued sophomore season, Clark finally stepped back onto the court. But nobody expected what happened next. Prior to her injury during her second year, she was breaking records left and right during her historic rookie season. 62 records fell to this young woman. 62. She recorded triple-doubles, hit shots from half-court, and turned the WNBA upside down with her incredible play. Then everything went wrong. Her sophomore season became a nightmare of injuries. One injury led to another, then another. Clark described the frustration perfectly when she said, "I think the challenge for myself was just it was one and then it's like a little better, but then it continued to compound and get worse and other things pop up." The woman who had rewritten the record books could barely stay on the court. She managed just 13 games the entire season. 13 games after breaking 62 records as a rookie.
Just really thankful for, the training staff and player development and everybody that has kind of been there with me. They haven't taken a break either because they invest a lot of time and they want me to be successful. So I think for myself, it's not proving it to yourself again, but it's just that feeling. And I think it just made me smile quite a bit. I really did kind of feel like myself out there and just continuing to get my lungs back. But I felt like I was moving really well. So it was pretty satisfying.
The basketball world started whispering. Could she come back? Would the injuries keep piling up? Was her historic rookie year just a flash in the pan? Clark hadn't played competitive basketball in nearly 5 months when she walked into Team USA camp. 5 months away from the game that made her famous. The stakes couldn't have been higher. This wasn't just any practice. This was her audition for the 2026 World Cup team and the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles. Every coach, every analyst, every camera was focused on her first touches. Could she still move like the player who broke all those records? Would the rust show after such a long layoff? Clark admitted she felt nervous walking into camp. "I feel like when I touched the basketball to start warming up before the practice even started, that's when I felt pretty comfortable," she revealed later.
Being hurt is an incredibly isolating thing, and you don't really understand it until you go through it. And then I think the challenge for myself was just, it was one injury, and then it was a little better, and then it kind of continued to compound and get worse, and, other things pop up, and then I had the ankle injury. So it feels nice to finally be back to 100%.
But comfortable doesn't describe what happened next. Clark declared herself 100% healthy and then proved it on the court. Her shots fell, her passes found their targets. Her court vision looked sharper than ever. She pushed tempo like the Clark of old, creating fast break opportunities and finding teammates in perfect positions. The woman who averaged 16, 5 points and 8 assists in those 13 healthy games looked completely locked in. Coach Cara Lawson watched Clark work and couldn't hide her amazement. "She looked good on both ends," Lawson said. But that simple statement carried massive weight. Clark hadn't missed a beat, according to the coaching staff. After 5 months away and a season full of injuries, she looked like the record-breaking rookie all over again, maybe even better.
Things that stands out to me in looking at this, it's not just that she's back on the basketball court and it's a relief, but her speed seems to be back. We saw it on that step-back three on the first day of practice, but there was a play in the day 2, and this play for a number of reasons is very exciting to watch. But number one, let's start with the speed. You see Caitlin Clark gets the dribble handoff from Aaliyah Boston. It's the way she turns the corner and how quickly she gets down that stands out to me here. Look, coming downhill, great pass, right, to Jackie Young down there. So dribble handoff, skirt, and just moving quick with intent, gets it to Jackie Young, who misses the layup.
Clark's joy was obvious to everyone watching. "My main goal for today was just smile and have fun," she said. And that smile never left her face during practice. She had her game back, her health back, her confidence back. The entire dynamic at Team USA camp shifted. The moment Clark proved she was truly healthy again. There was one moment during practice that made Sue Bird and the coaching staff realized they were watching something special. Clark found Aaliyah Boston cutting to the basket with a pass that seemed to defy physics. The ball arrived exactly where Boston needed it when she needed it. Boston smiled as she finished the play. Clark grinned right back. The two Indiana Fever teammates had just shown Team USA exactly what chemistry looks like.
This is what makes Caitlin Clark so special, all right? And this is what put pressure on defenses when she's out there, even if her shot isn't falling. All right, watch this. She gets the rebound. She's pushing the floor. Look at this tempo. Look at this tempo, fam. Pushing the floor. Absolutely rushing the defense. And then this is what happens when you do things like this. Look, watch this. Look, now you got a wide open AB over here in the corner. I know it might be hard to see, but a wide open AB. All because she grabbed that rebound and pushed the tempo.
Building team chemistry usually takes weeks or months in camp settings. Players need time to learn each other's tendencies, timing, and preferred spots on the court. Most guards struggle to find big men in traffic or deliver passes at the right speed. But Clark and Boston already knew each other's games inside and out. They'd spent an entire season together with the Fever, learning how to read each other's movements and create scoring opportunities. Their connection became obvious to coaches within minutes. Clark would grab a defensive rebound and immediately push tempo, scanning the court for Boston, sprinting down the floor. Boston would establish position in the post, and Clark would thread passes through defenders that other guards couldn't even see. The timing was perfect. The execution was flawless. Boston knew exactly where Clark's passes would arrive, and Clark knew exactly where Boston wanted the ball.
Caitlin knows when to do this, when not to do this. That's what makes her special. Now, there are other guards that can recognize when to push the floor and when not to, but I'm just pointing out what's special about Caitlin, along with those three balls that she can knock down. When her shot isn't falling, this is what makes her a weapon. Although her shot isn't falling, people still respect her to the level where they're like, hey, she can get hot, man. We're not going to just allow her to be open just because she missed 1, 2, 3 shots. We're not going to allow that, man. Stay on her. That gravity that she holds, man.
Clark's court vision created opportunities for Boston that other guards simply couldn't provide. When Boston sealed her defender down low, Clark delivered crisp entry passes that arrived at the perfect angle. When Boston ran pick and rolls, Clark found her rolling to the basket with passes that split double teams. Boston finished play after play, looking comfortable and confident because she knew Clark would get her the ball in scoring positions. The tempo changes were even more impressive. Clark grabbed rebounds and immediately pushed the pace, creating fast break opportunities before defenses could set up. Boston ran the floor hard, knowing Clark would reward her effort with easy baskets. Other players started following their lead, sprinting down court because they knew Clark would find them if they got open. Clark's playmaking elevated everyone's performance, not just Boston's. She found Jackie Young cutting for a layup that had the coaching staff nodding and approval. The pass arrived perfectly in stride, allowing Young to finish without breaking momentum. Clark and Young showed the same seamless backcourt connection that could anchor Team USA's starting lineup.
You can't rule anything completely out. Can't rule anything completely out like that team up right there, but I expect to see them really playing well off of each other in Team USA and in a Team USA uniform over the next several years, and the next couple of versions of that team. Just because Jackie Young knows how to do almost everything out on the court, and she would just thrive, I think, and she will thrive playing alongside Caitlin Clark.
The positive energy between Clark and Boston was infectious. They smiled throughout practice, clearly enjoying playing together again. Their comfort level translated to confidence, and their confidence spread to teammates around them. Other players started making harder cuts and setting better screens because they trusted Clark to reward good movement with accurate passes. Sue Bird and the coaching staff watched this chemistry unfold with growing excitement. Most point guards need time to develop these connections. Clark already had them built with Boston and was quickly forming new ones with players like Young. The choice for starting point guard became obvious as practice continued. Clark didn't just fit with her teammates, she made them better. While everyone talked about a battle for roster spots, the coaches were watching one player separate herself from the pack. The narrative heading into camp was simple. Multiple players would compete for limited spots on the 2026 World Cup roster. The competition was supposed to be fierce. Everyone expected close battles and difficult decisions for the coaching staff.
The GOAT is back. Look at the rain. Man, she's back, bruh. She's back.
Oh, bucket, bucket. Pick up, pick up. Oh, no.
Angel Reese made it clear how much making the team meant to everyone there. Everybody wants to make the team. It's an honor to be even in this camp. They didn't just select us for no reason. They handpicked us because they thought we would bring something to the table. She said the pressure was real. Each player knew their spot wasn't guaranteed. Clark understood the stakes perfectly. You all want to win. You're all fighting for a spot, she admitted. But her approach on day 2 made that fight look one-sided. Analysts described Clark as on fire during practice, and that assessment captured exactly what happened. Her knockdown threes fell consistently. Her elite vision created scoring opportunities other players couldn't see. Her decision-making looked flawless under pressure. The specific skills that separated Clark became obvious quickly. She drained three-pointers from NBA range with defenders closing out hard. Her court vision allowed her to thread passes through traffic that had teammates scoring easy baskets. Every possession, Clark made the right choice: pass or shoot, fast break or set a fence. She read the game perfectly.
This is who should make this Team USA team. Obviously, the GOAT, Caitlin Clark, should be the starting point guard for Team USA. Duh, the best thing that ever did it. Caitlin Clark starting at point guard. Jackie Young should be starting at shooting guard. That is what I believe it should be. That should be the starting backcourt right there. We move on to the wing position. I got Kalia Copper starting at the 3. I think that would be good.
Other players focused on individual performances, trying to showcase their own abilities. Clark took the opposite approach. She made everyone around her look better. When teammates made good cuts, Clark rewarded them with perfect passes. When they set solid screens, Clark found ways to get them involved in the offense. Her team-first mentality stood out in a setting where most players needed to prove themselves. Clark's leadership qualities emerged naturally during practice sessions. She communicated constantly with teammates, calling out screens and directing traffic. Players started following her lead on tempo changes and defensive rotations. The younger players in what they called the Young and Turns gravitated toward Clark's energy and basketball IQ. Sue Bird watched Clark's performance with obvious satisfaction. She looked great, Bird said about Clark's return to form. The managing director's praise carried significant weight. Bird noted that Clark's rhythm was back after months away from competitive basketball. When Bird says a player looks great, coaches listen.
And then this is going to surprise some people, but I think she has versatility. She can score. She can play defense. She has size. I have De'Erica Hamby starting at the 4. I got De'Erica Hamby starting at the 4, and I got Indiana Fever's own Caitlin Clark's running mate, Aaliyah Boston, starting at the 5. That's my starting 5. Caitlin Clark, Jackie Young, Kalia Copper, De'Erica Hamby, and Aaliyah Boston. That's who I have in the starting lineup.
The coaching staff's reactions revealed their clear preference. They smiled when Clark made plays. They nodded when she made smart decisions. Their body language showed they'd found their starting point guard. Clark stated, "It feels nice to finally be back to 100%. And her performance backed up that claim completely. Clark's dominant showing essentially ended any real competition for the primary point guard role. Other guards were still fighting for roster spots, but Clark had locked down the starting position. The future of Team USA basketball was taking shape around one player who had just announced a return to elite form. While everyone focused on who would make the roster, the real story was about who would define the next decade of Team USA basketball. This camp marked the moment when USA basketball officially passed the torch to a new generation. Clark stood at the center of that transition. Her dominant performance showed coaches they had found their franchise player for years to come. Clark reflected on her journey with USA basketball during camp. She remembered playing on the U16 team and dreaming about representing the senior national team. "It's the beginning of a new Olympic cycle," Clark said about her return to Team USA. That dream was now becoming reality, but the pressure was massive. The 2026 World Cup and 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles carried enormous expectations.